excited to be with you all and to address this convening of dudes right after the dude is definitely one of the honors of, of my life. I'll be brief, but look, I'm a policy guy. I've never been totally comfortable with the truth that no matter how much you believe in your policies, so much of politics is just vibes. Having said that, the vibes right now are incredible. My husband Chaston and I were home over the weekend and stopped by a canvas kickoff in Michigan at the Traverse City field office close to our house. I haven't seen that kind of energy for Democrats in Michigan since I was campaigning in the midterms for leaders like Gretchen Whitmer, and we all know how that turned out. The momentum is extraordinary, and we got so many great speakers tonight, and not a lot of time. So I really just want to stress one thing to all of you, and that is, as we work to keep up our energy and spread it to everybody we know, especially over the roller coaster of the next 100 days, there's a real chance right now, I think, to be driven not just by what we're up against, but by what we believe in and what we're for. Not just what we're trying to stop, which we all know how important that is, but by what we're working to sustain. Look, Donald Trump's unfitness for office is clear, and no one is better positioned to prosecute that case than Kamala Harris. And you can see that his campaign is flailing. He's reverting to his worst instincts. His choice of running mate in J.D. Vance is evidence that he's doubling down on the very worst of it, from the anti-woman rhetoric to this deep entanglement with Project 2025. But for all of that, what's really filling my sails right now, and what I think Kamala Harris is expressing so well right now, is the positive side of all this, a reminder of what we are for, namely freedom. I'm so glad she has made freedom the theme of her campaign, because I think in so many ways that's what's at stake. And yes, women's freedom is Exhibit A after Donald Trump demolished the right to choose. But of course, men are also more free in a country where we have a president who stands up for things like access to abortion care. Men are more free when the leader of the free world and the leader of this country supports access to birth control and to IVF. And certainly men like me and my husband are more free when we have a president who supports our freedom to get married to who we love. And it goes through issue after issue. Defending and building on the Affordable Care Act makes us more free, because more people are free from worrying that the next health crisis could destroy their entire livelihood. Doubling down on the climate wins and the Inflation Reduction Act, the most significant climate policy by any government in human history, means that our children will be more likely to be free from the worst effects of climate change. Common sense gun safety rules mean that they have a better chance of being free from fear of coming to harm at school, which is a hell of a lot more pro-freedom approach to supporting children than one that is based on banning books. We think about economics. The freedom to join a union is a big deal. The economic freedoms that come from having good infrastructure and getting good paying jobs building it, that matters a lot. And even more deeply, I think the work that we're collectively doing right now on having a better democracy should be powerfully motivating to freedom-loving Americans and to every part of our coalition, including the dudes on this call, including the proposed reforms to the Supreme Court that the president and vice president unveiled today. These are things that remind me that we're not just trying to stop our democracy from being undermined, although we're definitely working to do that. We are working to make our union more perfect, but we're making it better. So to my way of thinking, it's less so that we are saving our democracy and more that we are building one. And that's what we're part of. And that's definitely something as a father that I'm excited about being able to tell my kids when they're old enough to ask Chasten and me what we did in this incredibly important, really decisive decade in American history, that we came together to make sure that there was a good outcome. And supporting Kamala Harris is a huge, huge part of that. So thank you to everybody for being part of this. And I'm really excited for what we are going to deliver. Yes, the bad things we're going to stop, but more than that, the good things that we are going to propel in November and beyond. Thanks so much for the chance to join you guys.